Mark Twain famously noted, "The two most important days in your life are the day you were born and the day you find out why." Arthenia Joyner, the second of Henry and Jean Joyner's 3 children, entered the world February 3, 1943, in Lakeland, Florida. By 5th grade, she knew why. That was when Thurgood Marshall successfully argued Brown versus the Board of Education before the U.S. Supreme Court, which ruled public school segregation unconstitutional. The silver-tongued attorney enthralled Arthenia, a chatty little girl who by age 6 could recite Rudyard Kipling's poem If and the Gettysburg Address. She would be a lawyer, she decided, and fight for racial equality. As a very young child in Lakeland, Arthenia had witnessed a terrifying Ku Klux Klan march. Her father had explained, "They don't like us because of the color of our skin." But then her family moved to Tampa, where Henry Joyner's popular nightclub, the Cotton Club, anchored the thriving black business district on Central Avenue. Arthenia grew up in a community of love, prosperity, and high expectations, with no reason to believe she could not make her dreams come true. She would fight ardently for every child's right to experience that same unfettered hope for the future.
Arthenia's had so many firsts. First black lawyer in Polk County, first black female member of the Hillsborough County Bar Association, first black female state representative and senator elected from Tampa. In all those capacities, she has championed civil rights, gender equity, and social justice. But her courageous activism actually began long before law school.
It wasn't until 9th grade, when she joined the Florida Sentinel-Bulletin newspaper staff, that Arthenia began to learn much more about the world beyond her own and the extent of racial discrimination. So as a high school junior in 1960, she joined Tampa's first sit-in to protest segregation. She and 40 other black teenagers took seats at F.W. Woolworth's white-only lunch counter, knowing they might be physically assaulted. Whatever fears Arthenia had were overpowered by her belief in the cause. Her parents had taught her to speak up against injustice and to make life better for others when possible. There was no violence at that protest, and the sit-ins continued. Within months, Tampa's lunch counters were integrated. 3 years later, Arthenia was arrested twice for protesting segregation while a student at Florida A&M University.
Arthenia was in the last class to graduate from the FAMU Law School in 1968. No law firm would hire her. So Arthenia, being the person that doesn't take no for an answer, borrowed $1,000 and opened up her own law firm. And she went on to become the president of the National Bar Association. Arthenia has always been a go-to person here in our community for political leaders, whether people running for president, but also people serving and running for the position of governor.
That led to numerous international appointments from Beijing to Cairo. She returned to Florida and made her own run for office. Arthenia was elected to the Florida House in 2000 and then the state Senate, where she served for 10 years, including 2 as the first black female minority leader. She introduced and supported bills to advance social justice, improve public services, and bolster protections for marginalized Floridians. Among her many successes, increasing compensation for wrongfully incarcerated people and removing the Confederate flag from Florida's state seal. As Florida's longest practicing black female lawyer, Arthenia continues her work to create a just and equitable society.
She walks the talk. She's not just a woman leader, she's a woman leader who supports other women, and that is special. And I'm just so happy for her and so proud. And by the way, her work's not finished. We'll see what she does next.
Please join us in celebrating Senator Arthenia Joyner, recipient of USF's Women in Leadership and Philanthropy 2024 Lifetime Achievement Award.